Let's see here. Taylor, let's talk about this Battle Big Rock, a short film. I'm going to go first because I have the least to say on it, and probably I'm always the most negative. Jurassic Park or Jurassic Park. Love that movie. The trilogy is meh, but the first movie, fantastic. One of the greatest movies of all time. Jurassic World, I like, but I've liked each time less and less. Jurassic World, I think that made me lose some brain cells. I hate that movie with every fiber in my being, except for the opening and that sad dinosaur going away. This is a fun short film. It's really cool, really stylized. I think, and it is a really fun concept, especially the end credits. It just gives you these glimpses of what Jurassic World 3 is going to be, whatever it is, and it's actually Jurassic World. I'd be much more anticipated for Jurassic World 3 if this was like, hey, we're doing it a bunch of anthology stories, and then you're going to see these adventures. My problem is Jurassic World 3 is not going to be this, so everyone's just like, oh, I'm so excited for the next one now. It's going to be Chris Pratt running around with guns, trying to lock up dinosaurs, run around the city. Yeah, Taylor's getting really excited.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want that. So this short film is very good. Colin Trevorrow can be talented, but I just don't think I think this is just really good promotional material, and I think there's some really fun stuff in here. But this doesn't get me excited for 3 because he did the past 2. Well, he wrote the last one, and I just don't. The next movie, I would want this. I'd want a Jurassic Park movie where the world is taken over by dinosaurs, and it's a family trying to deal like a whole movie like this spread out to an hour and a half. That's something I would want. I don't want what we've gone before of DNA testing and collars that lock them up, and I feel like that's what we'll still get. And these are like the end credits where it shows like, oh, they throw the dove and it gets eaten. I think you'll get that in the new movie, but it'll be the same fashion where it's like little clips of it. That's not the main movie. So this was fun and cool, but it doesn't get me more excited because I don't think that's what's going to be happening in Jurassic World 3.
Yeah, I feel like you kind of hit the nail on the head there. I agree with basically everything you just said. Because I feel like just from the last 2 Jurassic Worlds, I guess I should give some backstory. I really like the first Jurassic World. I've only seen it a handful of times, but I wouldn't say like I love it more and more, or I hate it more and more. But it's just kind of sitting in the same spot. Jurassic World 2, I just absolutely despise that movie. And like going into that, I was kind of maybe naive in thinking that it wouldn't be all about like DNA, like slicing and everything. I don't know. I feel like it's a little too over the top for me, so
There's a cloned human in that movie.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about that. So that just goes to show how like hard I was trying to like just subdue that memory in my mind. But yeah, so that happened.
Yeah.
But so yeah, just like you said though, I feel like Chris Pratt running around saving the world on his own, basically. I feel like that's what we're going to see in the next movie. And that's not what this short film was, which I actually really liked. It was a very, like you said, like kind of like artsy like look. Like he had some fun like camera play just from the beginning where it's kind of following like, I don't know. I don't know if they have names or anything. Just like the dad following him into the trailer. Yeah, and then it kind of like follows him and just kind of gives an interesting like look on the layout of the battle that's about to happen. Mm-hmm. I really liked it. It just seemed very different from like what Jurassic World was and stuff. So
that feels fresh. That feels like the movie I'd want. It's the same thing when I was saying that's why I was a little hopeful, and who knows, maybe that's the case, but I said at end of Jurassic World 2, the movie I'd want is like, I literally do want Planet of the Apes where the dinosaurs have taken over Earth again and we have new technology and see what that would be. And that's what I liked. Like this short was stuff that you should be doing, but I think maybe that just doesn't appeal to the way the last one was a big hit, but then the first one broke all these records, $1 billion movie. So maybe that just wouldn't appeal to like our parents to see like a smaller, more character-driven like dinosaur story, like just a survival tale. They maybe they think they want the big explosions and spectacle, right? So I get it, but as a moviegoer, I wish it was like this.
Like I feel like the Jurassic Park movies, they were like all like the first one was just so unique and just something that no one's ever really seen before. So it was just so like special in that regard. The other two, like it wasn't necessarily like that same magic because it wasn't like brand new, but like they're still good and like kind of the same recipe where they're going on the island. Whereas Jurassic World, I feel like they kind of have their formula for what they're doing, which is like that DNA splicing and kind of like using these dinosaurs as like a weapon. And I feel like we're just going to see more of that in the new Jurassic World.
They confirm that's not, though. They said no more.
Oh, yeah. No more, I remember you saying that.
Yeah, no more evolved. But the problem is there's still the ones from the past.
No more hybrids.
No more hybrids. That's what it is. Yeah,
like no more new hybrids.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, who knows what's going around?
Okay, I'll take back what I said if that's the case in the film. I'll hold on to it for now. But I don't know. I Yeah, okay, so just going back to the short film, I did really like the little short snippets of the little girl running away from like the little dinosaurs and like the pterodactyl at the wedding. Like it's just unique things that you don't really think about when you're watching like a Jurassic World movie, because it's just these big events that are going on, not necessarily like everyday things, like whether they're camping in the woods and dinosaurs just kind of
they're always
on them.
secluded areas too, right?
Yeah.
Like parks or like
Yeah.
this. For some reason, the last movie just took place in a fucking house the whole movie, but
Yeah, so because this was really cool and unique, but I don't know. Maybe I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
If for somehow they pull off and the next movie was more of this, then I would be happy. I just don't have that. I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt yet after that last one. So,
Yeah.
Are you excited though? Before you get into the short film, Taylor, they're not rumors, but people are speculating that Alan is going to come back as a.
Oh, I know. Bryce Dallas
Dr.
Howard
Grant?
put out she was in an interview. I think I can't remember for what other movie it was.
I was going to
but-
tell this whole story, but it just took.
go for it. Tell
Continue.
me.
No, you've taken it over. It's fine.
It's your
Is this
movie.
the same story?
You're executing your white privilege. Go ahead.
Is this the same story?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, go ahead. I worked for something and you just took it.
I'm not actually like full on white. I am like
Oh,
quarter
no,
Chinese.
here we
So.
He's a quarter Chinese. He's 5% French. He's 8% Russian. Anytime,
I don't know about the Russian.
I'm sure in a month you're going to tell us you're Mexican or Spanish too. Anytime, like every year, he's like, "Did you know? Like, I'm also Filipino." And it's like, I don't think you are, Taylor. But he's just making this stuff up.
DNA test.
You've never. We tell you all the time. Show us. You're like, I will, and then you never show.
I will.
us.
I'll get you those results.
Oh, all right, Maury. Tell the Alan story.
Yeah, so Bryce Dallas Howard was in an interview, and she was asked, could we see, like, Alan Grant or Laura Dern, these characters return? And I think the guy said something like, blink if they're not in the movie or something like that. And she was, or no, blink if they're in the movie. I think she was blinking.
She was bleeding. She's trying not to blink, and her eyes start bleeding. This interviewer loses his job. He made Bryce Dallas Howard bleed in an interview, and I thought wasn't Sam Neill sitting there with her? I thought they were doing promotion for a different movie, and they were together.
It was. I don't
'Cause
know
they
if he was there. No,
I swear he was, because I was there. Maybe I did get a different story where he was asked and he just kind of wouldn't commented on anything like that. Like he played coy, and that to me is like that's the eternal answer. Like, oh, this fucker's in it.
It could be. I think they must have been different interviews, because when I was watching, it was just her on the screen, and she was standing there, and she
Were
was
you
like,
the interviewer?
I was. Yeah, I was there.
I'm gonna make your eyes bleed. Call me Saya, Ruben. Call me Saya.
I honestly, at this point, I think it's for sure gonna happen. Like that's my prediction right now.
Yeah.
Is we're gonna see.
We
Sam
have Jeff
Neill.
Goldblum, right?
Ooh,
so
bold
now
prediction.
we need Jeff Sam Neill.
Do you think he's in it the same amount Jeff Goldblum was in the last movie?
It's possible. I just, as long as he's in it, I'm okay. Like
I want him to be fully in it.
Yeah.
He doesn't have
I
to be
do
the main
want him to
character,
be in it.
but I want them to have like the old crew and the new crew together. Get rid of that Justice Smith kid. who
Like Days
just-
of Future Past.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
want that. Kill Justice Smith the first 5 minutes. He is Detective Pikachu. He'll be fine. But yeah, get the old crew, the new crew, put them together, bring Jake Johnson back. Yeah, let's go.
yeah, I definitely want the OG crew. I'm doing a Jurassic Park marathon with my family right now, and we just finished 3. So it's just so good to see Sam Neill. The way he is as a character in the Jurassic Park movies is so good.
Those raptor eggs.
Oh.
What did you
Billy.
do?
Fucking Billy. It's a bad.
Bring Billy back. That's what I want to see.
No,
and that
man.
parachute.
He has too much PTSD. He's gonna be walking the street corner. He'll see those pterodactyls. No,
He was at the wedding.
monsters! Oh, Alan.
Oh.
So what do you think? When you do this marathon, are you and your family gonna end it by watching the short together?
We'll probably watch the short as well. Yeah, I think we have to, because this short is now like a year after the events of Fallen
Have
Kingdom.
to. I just imagine you with your family, and you're like forcing them to watch these movies. Like they're trying to leave. Like, no, you guys gotta watch the short.
Only 8 minutes.
No, well, for me and my sister, like we grew up on Jurassic Park. Like that was like our jam.
How'd you get
as
out?
kids? Huh?
How'd you get out? It's just a bad dad joke. Move along. Move along.
I respect that. That was a good one.
It's like Alan's best joke in Jurassic Park when they're checking if the fence is electrified, and he touches it and he goes, "Oh!" But it's not. And he just scares the kids. Such an asshole, but it's great.
What
What do you think about the short?
The short, I thought it was fantastic. I loved it. I didn't know what to expect, and I was scared of what might happen.
Well,
but-
why were you scared?
Did you
What-
think
I don't
the
know, I was-
family was gonna die or
Yeah.
something?
No, I was just scared of like, okay, like I'm hoping that it is something good because I'm afraid like, oh, I wanted people to be able to enjoy it and like
Oh.
it.
So
That's
you were
what I
just
was
scared of the
of.
reception.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You weren't scared for you personally.
No,
'cause
no,
you
no,
love
no.
all the Jurassic Park worlds.
I do. But no, I had no idea this was coming out, and every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I'll always Google Jurassic World and see what new stuff is coming out.
This is notorious. He said this on a few casts. There was one time he said he was doing this for a sequel, and he's just like, and it never came. Do you do the same thing for Sky High?
No, not for Sky High. No, I do it
That's why
usually.
you should get Twitter. You can get like the latest stuff tweeted and stuff. Just
No.
make a fake account.
No, the fake account. I'll get weird
Taylor
invites
Field
and stuff.
fan page. That's what you should
Exactly.
make.
Fan
Yeah.
page, yeah, for all the people can follow it.
All your exes.
Oh God, yikes. But no, I think I remember I googled Jurassic World and I happened to have stumbled upon Battle of Big Rock and I was like, wow, this is great because usually the only thing I get was like Jurassic World 3 is happening. That's like the header. It's been like that for the past
Every
like
2
4
or 3
months.
weeks
And
when you
it's-
Google,
it's
that's all it
just-
says.
It's just his post from Facebook.
It's
Jurassic
happening.
World 3's happening.
Oh, thank God.
It's still happening.
But yeah, when I finally saw this, I was like, wow, what is this? I like. This is super cool. I love the promotional poster, "Do Not Feed Wildlife," with like the T-Rex cross symbol on there. I thought that was great, and I was just like, okay, I need to know more about this. And I was like, wow, they did this in secret. It's a year after the events of Fallen Kingdom, and yeah, I was just super excited. And then when it aired, I thought the aesthetic was fantastic. I loved how it felt like, okay, this is, out in the open. They're camping, and you can just tell something's going wrong because people are running. They're all in the trailer, and then you see, I think it's the Noceratops, I think. The baby and the mother come up or whatever, and
Yep.
super cool. And then the Allosaurus like roars and comes in, and I love the perspective. Like, it was kind of jokey. Like, it felt like a Discovery Channel thing where the dinosaurs just walk into real life, and the family's just like, "Whoa, look at this!" when everything's fine.
They're just watching it.
They're just watching. Yeah, it feels like one of those like little kid like dinosaur shows or whatever, where they're watching dinosaurs in real life. But anyway, so
Shout out to Dudley.
Dudley the dragon.
Yeah, he's a dragon. Fuck. No shout out to Dudley. Do you guys remember that
They must
episode?
be cousins.
Do you guys, yeah, probably. Do you guys remember that episode with he fought like the poison toxic guy and he's like a skeleton?
This is very
It's
like
really
accurate. Have
scary.
you watched this lately?
No,
or-
but it just singed in my brain.
No.
We'll do a
I don't know.
What is
commentary
this?
track.
What
like
are you guys talking about?
Dudley the Dragon. You don't know what it is?
I'll Google.
Yeah, it was like a kid show back in the day, but it was like Barney where he was dressed up as a dragon, but like more serious.
Like
and it
live
was-
action?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
It's
probably
still-
not then. I
It's
avoided
so
those.
good.
He was teaching life lessons, and one of them was about poison. Yeah.
I met Dudley once. I don't know if it was the Dudley the dragon, but
Did he look like a dragon? Or
I got pictures of me standing next to Dudley the dragon.
Oh,
Please
yes.
post those on the Geek First Facebook
I'll see if I
tonight.
can find.
Or this weekend at least. I don't
remember
believe
Dudley.
though that you've met the real Dudley.
I
Just
don't
so
know.
you
I don't know.
I don't think he was the guy acting it, but continue with
Who's the
your-
guy in the tree?
I don't
Oh,
know.
the tree guy! I forgot
Oh,
about
yeah,
him.
yeah.
Oh my god, that's one of the greatest shows of all time.
Yeah, retro.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the show is great. I loved, as I said, the family's just watching this unfold, and then I really liked how it was gory because I'm thinking, oh, I hope this baby doesn't die because it's like the Allosaurus like grabs it and like shakes it around, then it drops it, then it runs off, and I'm so glad like that fatherly, like Noceratops just runs in and like defends, and then the family's like, oh, it's okay, like the Allosaurus won't be able to fight like all of them together, and then they back away, and then the freaking baby cries, just babies sometimes just they're gonna get you killed.
That's what the doctor said to me after Logan was born. Babies, they're gonna get you killed.
It was
Good
so
luck.
It was so freaky when the Allosaurus turned to face them and then like knocked the trail over, and which I love because that's like, to me, I took it as a huge nod to like Jurassic or Lost World, Jurassic Park 2 when the trailer gets flipped on the cliff, and I loved it when you just see through the glass the teeth of the Allosaurus, and it slowly just starts like pushing through the glass. Like, again, it felt like a great nod to, Jurassic Park 1 when the T-Rex is smashing through the top of the vehicle. But again, done very differently, but in a very scary tone. And the baby's just hanging there, and it can't do anything except cry, and this thing's
Not
getting closer.
supported neck.
Yeah, not at all.
That is concerning for an infant.
Oh, but it was so scary, and I love how the family that gets the kid out just in time, and they're hiding in the back, and like this is getting like intense. And I love that the little girl shot the crossbow. I think that was fantastic. It felt like, again,
It's just Alan
like
on a motorbike.
it's Alan, yeah.
No shirt on.
Come with me. Come with me if you want to live.
It felt like a Jurassic Park kind of thing. I love the memes because I've been seeing these memes of like got a dinosaur problem, and it's got like arrows and things or whatever. It's so many good memes, but
That was really underwhelming what you just told us there. They got arrows and things. And especially because like I feel like this is just you and your Jurassic Park groups, because I think Kirkland can attest, I've seen 0 Battle of Big Rock memes.
you haven't seen any Battle of Big Rock memes?
I've not
Don't
seen a
show me.
single-
Don't show me. No, he's showing us the
Showing
memes. Oh no. Let's see. I need to show it to the camera. I'll describe it to the listeners. So what is
Just
this?
a
It says
girl.
got dinos, and it should. This is so stupid.
It's so good.
Oh my god.
Oh, I love my Jurassic Park groups. They're much friendlier than the Bionicle groups. I fucking tell you
You
that.
got banned. Yeah. In the group chat, I also sent you the guy from the Poison episode and Dudley, just so you know. Is that everything on Battle of Big Rock?
No. So
We're just getting started.
Yeah. Be longer than Endgame, folks.
Holy.
so yeah,
It's scary.
is he scary?
Oh yeah.
Can't remember him. That's fucking
Show the camera.
terrifying.
Show the camera. This is on a kids' TV show, and it was to deal with like poisons and stuff like that, and toxins. Creepy guy.
Kid shows are crazy back then.
Yeah. So, anyways, Battle Big Rock
Yeah,
continues.
so I love how the Allosaurus gets shot in the head, and like it's alive though because it's got thick skin, so it wanders off or whatever, and the people get out, and I just think it's great because it sets up that tone, and the Lost World score kicking in was so good. It sets up that tone though of like, okay, yeah, this is Jurassic World. Dinosaurs are living amongst people and stuff, and even how it started, I really liked how they were saying like, oh, the first dinosaur to be born on U.S. soil or something like that, and I'm amazed how there's no one going around killing these things because I feel like the government would actually take action.
there probably is.
I can guarantee there's 0 dinosaurs in Texas. They probably are all.
Oh, there's
already murdered.
memes of that too. There's like, and even
Shouts out to Texas.
oh, what was that movie with Simon Pegg and he was like a cop? What was that movie
Hot
called?
Hot
Fuzz?
Fuzz.
Yeah, Hot Fuzz. There's a meme of that. It's like dinosaurs in Texas, and it's got the guy's like shame, and he's loading up his shotgun. It's so good.
I think they'll probably deal with that there will be people hunting dinosaurs. I think they're just like getting it on and putting more dinosaurs out into the world.
Yeah, it goes to show that like the dinosaurs obviously were fixed in the sense where they can't reproduce asexually. They reproduce, by having sex with others of their species.
Thanks
So-
for that explanation for the viewers. So if any
You're welcome.
8-year-old little Jimmys are out there, you now know the difference between asexual and stuff like that. Yeah, I think dinosaurs will be getting it on, so that can happen.
Oh, they're getting it on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It
I
was
hope
cool,
so.
too, because the Allosaurus that we saw in this, I remember reading an article, and the article was complete bullshit because it was like, we've never before seen an Allosaurus in like any of the movies. And I'm like,
Oh,
what the fuck
no.
you talking about? It was in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. But they were juvie ones. They were juvenile ones, so it was cool to see a full-grown one.
They're juvie.
What if it's the same one?
Yeah.
It could be. It could be one of the... Well, obviously, it's one of the ones from Jurassic World that escaped.
Obviously.
okay.
Yeah.
We all know that.
But yeah, I just feel like considering in Lost World, you have those hunters like that have like the shotgun rifles, and he was about to pop the brain in the T-Rex. I feel like there's gonna be tons of those trigger happy guys.
You totally reminded me too how Fallen Kingdom ended, and I just got triggered. They just released them all into the world. Oh my god!
Yeah, I know
Fuck
what
that
this movie, when it happens, I'm not going to tell Taylor if I like it or not till the review. I'm just going to be quiet and just sit there and enjoy the movie. And then,
Yeah, just sit there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that this is just fantastic for a short. I love seeing those end clips of like the birds being released and the pterodactyls just chowing down on them, and the mosasaur jumping out and eating the great white. Like that's probably the scariest thing for me is the mosasaur, because like even at that end scene of Jurassic World where it shows the surfer surfing and the mosasaur like in the water, like deep sea like dinosaurs are fucking terrifying. Like they're those are like. I think Ruben has a massive fear of whales, and I don't have.
No, Saya, don't put on the whale costume again. No, don't show me the whales, do it or not. Don't show them to me, please. Saya, I'll do anything. I'm gonna say it next time. I'm gonna call him Saya, and he's gonna have no idea what I'm talking about if he's on 24-hour stream.
Oh, but yeah, no, he really hates whales. It terrifies him. I send him whale pictures all the time, but for me, it's like massive sharks are really freaky. But I spend so many like minutes looking at pictures of these giant underwater dinosaurs from back in the day. Because they're just, it's so cool to know like these things actually existed. This isn't some like thing like Dudley the Dragon or something like that.
Hey, he's
like,
a real fucking guy. So is that Toxin dude as well. He's gonna be the next. He's gonna be the villain in the Young Avengers. Don't do drugs, kids. He has like a really creepy voice too.
He had a gold tooth too in that photo you sent.
Yeah,
Gold tooth.
It's rotten. It's
okay.
yeah. I don't know if it is or not.
Probably.
But yeah, I think people need to see this. Need to see this short.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I think it's just, it does a great job setting up that aesthetic, which I'm hoping that they carry over into Jurassic World, because the end of Fallen Kingdom kind of tried to set that up with, you know, the Mosasaurian and the surfers and like the T-Rex going into like the lion's like zoo habitat and like roaring at the lion. So that lion's fucking dead, I can tell you that. But it's just, that was like the start of it, and now this show has kind of branched it off. And obviously now we know that this movie is going to be probably like a year after, at least a year or 2 years after Fallen Kingdom, which is kind of cool. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to see what else they do.
I will say it was cool seeing just like, as opposed to a trailer or a teaser trailer, just this type of like promotional, whether that's the purpose or if they just wanted to put it out as a short film. It was just cool because nowadays whenever you're expecting a dinosaur movie, you really just expect the next Jurassic World with some, I know they confirmed it, but for me I'm just tainted my vision on dinosaurs after those hybrids. So seeing something kind of fresh, for me, I thought it was cool. It definitely brought back some Jurassic Park, like the OG vibes. Just, I don't know, just something old but new. So that was cool.